short. And I think you could make an argument that maybe Bruce Arians will help Jameis Winston improve enough that they'll give him a run. You could also look over at Atlanta and see how much talent they're getting back on defense and think that they could be better. But I'm going to keep it simple. They're great up front on defense. They added McCoy to short. They also drafted Burns from Florida State, who's a pass rusher. And if you can get after Drew Brees, I think that'll help them be competitive. And if they can get back MVP level Cam Newton, and we know Cam Newton played hobbled most of last season with a bad shoulder, and that really inhibited their offense, which was still pretty effective considering that he had a bad shoulder. You put that in there, you add Luke Kuechly, who's obviously one of the best linebackers in the game, and the improvement of Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore on offense. I think that they can give them a run. And last year, with a hobbled Cam Newton, they only lost 9-12 to them when they were still in contention. They lost by a lot more at the end of the season when no one was playing their best players. But I think they're a better matchup. I think the Falcons are a good team, and hopefully Jameis Winston will improve and the Bucs will improve. But right now, I think the Carolina Panthers, with their defense and their ability to get after Drew Brees, is a better matchup, a much better matchup against the Saints than anybody else.
And Cam Newton did say he's feeling like a rookie again after that offseason shoulder.
That's not true, but hopefully he's feeling good.
He feels like a rookie.
Thank you for quoting his lies. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think you're missing the boat on this one. I don't think there's any way in hell that it's anybody other than the Atlanta Falcons. First of all, with Cam Newton, we got to recognize whether or not he can throw again. I mean, that was a shoulder injury that he suffered from. And now you got to remember also, Norv Turner was working on those mechanics. He did a great job last year. Cam Newton had completed 60% of his passes as a rookie. Throughout the rest of the next 7 years or so, he never completed 60% of his passes again until last year when he completed more than 67% of his passes. But now you get hurt and you got to learn how to throw again. Keep yourself healthy, not to mention the fact that because you sustained that injury, Ron Rivera and others are going to be more dogged about making sure that they secure and they put the safety net over him per se. You talk about the Atlanta Falcons. I got to be honest with you, and I said this yesterday. I'm sick and tired of Matt Ryan getting off the hook. I love Matty Ice, but let's be clear. Matty Ice balled last year. Yeah. There were MVP caliber numbers. I'm not questioning his level of production in terms of numbers last year, but I still haven't gotten over a veteran quarterback like that blowing a 25-point lead in a Super Bowl. All you got to do is run the football. If anybody has the power to audible, you know this better than me, to sit up there and say, nah, coach, we ain't doing this, all right? It would be somebody the caliber of a Matt Ryan. That did not happen. Now we look at Atlanta. Let's look at Atlanta. We're talking about a pass-happy offense. You're talking about a guy in Dirk Cutter who's there now, not Steve Sarkisian any longer. He couldn't make it as the head coach. He's now the offensive coordinator. He likes the deep game. He likes to throw the ball deep. Who do you have? You have Matt Ryan, who Hall of Fame with those numbers that he put up. You've got Julio Jones. Who's Julio Jones? Maybe the best receiver in all of football, the stud, the man. Okay. Oh, by the way, Calvin Ridley's a stud. Oh, by the way, Mohamed Sanu is nothing to sneeze at. And Devontae Freeman is going to be back after his injury-riddled season last year. So I'm looking at all of those things, and I understand Keanu O'Neal and all of these boys, they were hurt last year. You had 8 guys on the IR at the end of the season. I get all of that, but in the end, what it comes down to is that the defense is supposed to be better. Offensively, you're a juggernaut. And excuse me, we're looking at New Orleans. They had a big-time year last year. They had Drew Brees. But I understand Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, these are guys that are in Drew Brees' class. If there's somebody that's a tinge below maybe, it would be Matt Ryan. When are we going to look at this man and hold him accountable and say, yo, there are expectations that come with this team?
Right. So I think the expectations for the Saints might be a little too high. And I think that the Falcons could certainly make a run. And you mentioned Deion Jones and them getting back these guys on defense. But you also kind of denigrated Matt Ryan. He's the same guy who gave up 25 points to lose a Super Bowl. And that's who you're putting your money on?
No. What I'm saying to you is it shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have happened, but it did happen with him at the helm.
But let's also understand why. They could have ran the ball. It wasn't like he was throwing a bunch of interceptions where I had to strip sack and all that. But it wasn't like he was throwing a bunch of interceptions or whatever. Right. What happened was like, wait a minute. you just deferring to the coaches like you just brain dead as an elite quarterback in the National Football League with cachet. You got to look at the coach and go like this, man, do you not see this kind of lead we have here? Why the hell are we throwing the football and chewing up? Why are we doing that? Run the damn football, milk the clock, and end it.
The quarterback's job is to throw the ball. He probably wants to throw it in all situations. Maybe he should have been smart enough to audible out.
We gonna do what brought us here. But that's still idiotic in the end, at least in hindsight.
But it seems like to me you're arguing against Matt Ryan. You're saying the decision that he made in Super Bowl were idiotic. However, you believe that he's going to be able to unseat Drew Brees.
No, it's not.
And win the division.
No. The question isn't about the belief. Mm-hmm. The question is, who should be the biggest threat? I'm looking at a roster, and I'm saying, excuse me, sir, there is no excuse why the Atlanta Falcons shouldn't be the preeminent threat to New Orleans. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to measure up, but they should. Yeah,
so I guess we're having different discussions because I agree with you. They should, but I don't believe in them the same way that I believe in, if I'm picking who will, I have more faith in the Panthers to be able to have that front four to give enough pressure on Drew Brees to slow him down, because that's what I think about. Who's going to beat who's going to be able to beat the Saints? It's going to be who can slow them down. When we saw that big Monday night game or Thursday night game, actually, when the Cowboys beat the Saints, it was all about a defense being able to get pressure up front and slow them down. And I don't think that the Falcons can do that. And I do think of all the teams in the division, the Panthers have a chance to do it.
I don't have a problem with you or anybody else who say defense more than I trust anybody's offense. I feel you on that. But I'm the kind of person that's like this. This is where the pressure belongs, and I'm going to keep it there. I ain't letting Atlanta off the hook. There is no excuse with this roster. With Matt Ryan getting about $30 million, with this roster, with him leading the way, with those offensive weapons, there is no excuse why somebody else should be a bigger threat to the Saints than New Orleans.
I agree with you. Falcons have the most talent. They should win, but they won't.
Okay.
All right, well, you know, they say age ain't nothing but a number. Drew Brees, he is 40 years old, and while age is definitely a mindset, last year was his first season going under 4,000 yards since 2005. Before that, he had gone 12 seasons straight.
Okay.
Numbers higher than that. So, all right, what is the best debate you've seen right here on First Take? Well, you get the chance to decide by going on Twitter and voting daily in our tournament-style bracket. So thanks to your vote, Stephen A. and Michael's debate advances to the next round. And up next, we've got number 2, Max's Cliff prediction versus number 7. Is Kevin Durant a top 5 player? So let's take a listen to the infamous Cliff prediction debate.
Tom Brady's just about done. He is going to fall off a cliff. Tom Brady is going to be a bum in short order.
Can you say that again?
Yes.
Hold on. Tom Brady is just about done. Is that what you just said?
Correct. Brady will go from being elite, maybe he's still the best, to can no longer play effectively in the NFL.
I thought I was done with stuff like this. I can't believe what I just heard. Anytime you think about extending your travels beyond the borders of Bristol, Connecticut, I will personally pay for security for you because the blasphemy.
He is going to fall off the cliff, Coyote style. Meet me.
What am I?
You're so disrespectful.